All right, back again. Our next subject is butt shots, butt injections, fake ass. You know what I'm talking about. So, I guess I'll start off by saying how I feel about butt shots. Now, I love a fat ass. I think most men do, no matter what race you are.
And women.
Well, I don't know. Well, yeah, I think women like it too because I see a lot of women like commenting and liking big ass pictures too. A lot of girls want a big ass for whatever reason. Maybe Brittany can enlighten us on that. But I love fat asses and I love small asses. I love ass, period, because you got your different shapes and sizes and it's a fucking booty. Who doesn't like a booty, you know? I was saying no matter what race you are, no matter what other races might claim or not say, everybody loves a fat ass. Now, when you're talking about fake fat asses, then it gets a little touchy. Now, fake titties, fake breast implants have been around for years. You know, it was a big boom in the 70s, 80s, I guess 80s, early 90s, you know. And now it was so long ago and it's been so ubiquitous with fake titties, it's almost like a second thing. Like, no one really like, oh, she got fake titties? Yeah, whatever. You know, it's like, oh, it's such a not natural, but it's such a normal occurrence now that we don't even comment on fake titties no more. Now the new buzz thing, new hot subject is fake booty. I personally have never had sex with a girl with a fake ass, so I really can't comment on it too much. I've danced with a couple, and some is different fake asses out there actually. Like some are hard, some are like soft, boobs. Just like titties. Some are soft. Yeah, and I think this is the beginning stages of fake ass. You know, in the beginning stages of fake titties, they had those horrible ones. You know, the nipples coming out like this, that wall-eyed and all that shit. You know, now they got pretty good with it, at least in America and Europe. But personally, if my girlfriend wanted to get butt injections, if she had what she considered a small ass, I can't say I'd be against it because I like fat ass, but at the same time, it's fake. There's a difference between what's real and what's fake, and some guys really enjoy originality and what's naturally yours, And if a girl is confident in whatever body shape she's in, that's sexy to me. A girl can be a fucking olive oil, skinny mini, or even, personally, I don't like fat girls or big girls. I know that's not a PC thing to say, but I don't give a fuck. I don't like fat girls. But fat girls love me for whatever, because I'm a stocky guy. I guess they
cuddly.
Yeah, I'm like a bear.
I can get him.
Yeah, like fat girls.
He's not that much.
Fat girls will love me my whole life. Man. And because I guess I'm not skinny. I'm a kind of stocky, thick guy. But I don't like fat women. And nothing against them. Fat girls need love too. Just not for me. That's what I always say. So.
A big, fat PHT, not epic.
Well, I love thick women now. Yeah, but there's a difference. But some of them, they be fucking tripping with that shit. There's a difference between fat and thick.
We won't go there, but I love y'all.
It's a thin line.
It's a thin line between that fat ass and the fat ass. But anyway, I'll pass along this subject to one of my co-anchors.
I would say that, just like you said, it's a fad right now. Just like big boobs were a fad, back then. Big ass is a fad now. It's just now you can change it. Back then, as far as slavery was concerned, that's where it mostly stemmed from, because a lot of slave owners like to buy women who had big, voluptuous backsides.
Thoroughbreds.
Thoroughbreds. Stallion, exactly. So now is that women who don't necessarily like themselves, they can change it. I would say, like you said, confidence is everything. If you're confident in yourself, then you don't have to worry about what you look like on the outside, because your inner appearance will shine brighter than what you have on the outside. However, I am really pro on, if you don't like something, change it. But make sure that it is okay for you. Now, let me say this. I am a fan of porn. Who doesn't like porn? I love porn. Everybody loves porn. We all like to, let's say,
porn is educational. You can learn some new shit.
Educational, and we like to relieve ourselves. Yeah. There we go. So
every day.
There are women like Lacey Duval. She's a very pretty woman.
Mm-hmm.
However, it's not proportionate.
Yeah, she got like the ant body. She got skinny ass legs and this big ass caboose.
And I mean,
you can put up a picture of Lacey Duval to show the people what
she
we're
is
talking
an
about.
amazing woman in her occupation.
Oh yeah.
However,
Top-notch
sometimes I am like, what is going on? I don't know. Why did you do that to yourself?
It don't even look sexy.
It doesn't look sexy at all. Like, if you're going to do it to yourself, like, even with breasts, if you're going to get something that you want to make you happy, make sure it is proportionate with your size. Mm-hmm. I am 5'7", 112, on a good day, 119, if I eat a lot, pounds. And if I went out and got an ass that was, like, bigger than this window, like, everybody will look at me like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
And that's how
you would look like you had
women,
mental issues.
Exactly.
Like your daddy did not love you.
Daddy wasn't there.
Daddy wasn't there.
So you have to make sure that, I mean, if you don't like it, change it. But change it in a reasonable fashion. Don't change it to be like the rest of the world, because you're not the rest of the world.
You're you.
You have to consider yourself, your body shape, your frame, and, consider science. I mean, everybody isn't good at what they do. Research, and just like when boobs came out, you can get the hard ones, you can get the extra soft ones. It's like extra hard, extra soft. Get a medium, Find a happy medium, Don't just, my homegirl down the street said that Raul can hook me up.
Yeah.
No. Not okay.
Yeah.
So just make sure that you're okay with yourself. If you want to change it, but be reasonable. Don't be Nicki Minaj and feel like the whole world has to be
for one person. That shit worked. Like,
but it worked for Nicki Minaj.
She's now a millionaire.
It worked. Don't be Nicki Minaj, because you cannot be Nicki Minaj.
That role was already taken. That role of sexy rapper bitch is taken.
Exactly. That is for Nicki Minaj, and that I love Nicki Minaj. Oh yeah, if I had the chance,
actually a good rapper.
Nicki Minaj, call me. But I'm just saying, you can't be her.
Yeah.
So if you feel like you're gonna go get ass shots and look like Nicki Minaj, and you're gonna get pink hair and look like Nicki Minaj, or now you're gonna be the fuck all niggas blonde hair Nicki Minaj. You can't be her.
It's too late.
It's too late. Be who you are. Be confident in who you are. Mm-hmm. If you want to change it to some certain degree, be reasonable. Don't just be an idiot about the whole thing. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Girls are always trying to change some shit. Like, they put on their fake up.
The fake up. I love that.
Yeah, they get their Botox injections and shit. They get their fake fucking horse hair and shit. Put that on. Like, come on. Like, they get their, they get their fucking their titty, whatever you call that shit.
Yeah.
Boobs. Yeah, I'm trying to think that they had some shit.
Breast augmentation.
Yeah, silicone was fucked up. Fucking their titties up.
Saline. Now it's saline.
Yeah, now it's saline because
550 cc's of saline.
Yeah,
so like a doctor.
I know my titties.
Yeah, so now they got the butt injection shit, but like, really, like, you're still shitty genetically. Like, it's not gonna change.
In China, this guy sued this.
That's what I was gonna say.
His kids came out ugly.
His kids came out ugly.
Yes.
Your kids can't be pretty because you made yourself.
Yeah. So this chick was ugly as shit, and they showed like a before picture. She looked like a man.
Yeah,
basically. You look like a man.
Yeah, and then she spent like her whole fucking everything she ever made, like $40,000 or some shit like that
on
plastic surgery, trying to look better. He married her ass, and then after that, I forget how he found out, but he divorced her. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, after he had some kids. He divorced her because he was like, man, this kid's ugly as shit.
And he
doesn't look like what I thought.
Yeah.
He won.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
That's really crazy.
False advertisement.
Awesome. False advertisement. I mean, think about it. Like, if a guy, ladies, approached you and he had on this freaking waistband that sucked in all the fats, and he had on these shoes that made him a little bit taller, like 6 feet. Mm-hmm. And you got home with him, and he took all that shit off, and you're like, whoa. That's how you look in the morning. Coyote Ugly. I love that fucking movie. When you want to chew off your arm rather than waking up the person next to you, that's Coyote Ugly.
I haven't seen that movie, but
I love that movie.
I'm gonna watch it now.
Yeah.
I seen it one time.
It's awesome. That's the definition of Coyote Ugly. If you have a one night stand with somebody, mm-hmm. and you would rather chew off your arm
then
wake up the person next to you because they're not what they look like.
Yeah. So she was like on his arm.
Well, that's the definition. Coyote Ugly is like a whole dance movie. It's more than what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's about a bar scene.
Well, yeah, I remember the previews from it.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite movies. But that's her definition. She's like, why would you name your bar after something so ugly?
That's what she said.
But that's why she named it that, because if you have the whole Coyote Ugly aspect when you get ready to go to the club and you put on your lashes and putting on your hair and you doing your fake up and you putting on your boobs and you putting on your ass and you squeezing in your stomach, think about when you get to where you decide you want to be that night and you wake up to somebody, you can't put all that shit back on. You're gonna be the same. I don't want to call you ugly, but if the shoe fits. So, I mean, it is what it is.
I think if women were more happy with themselves, it's a lot going on with like magazines and movies and TV shows where you see these women that look gorgeous, and that's all you see in terms of a woman in the media, and then like women see that at a young age and they come up with these like Disney princess cartoons and all this stuff to be this perfect woman. When they grow up, they're not like that.
Right.
There's this big disconnect that happens, and they feel insecure about it. So a lot of them want to seek out these things like plastic surgery or whatever, fake ass, fake tits, to make themselves feel better and stuff like that. So I think it's all about really raising our girls up to be more happy in themselves and saying, like y'all were saying earlier, if they got the inner confidence, it don't really matter what you look like outside.
Yeah.
But that's hard to get in somebody.
Yeah, and I'm only can assume for women it's tougher, because as a man, you're a man. It's like, oh, I'm a man. I'm the conqueror of this universe. I will stake my claim and do this. As a woman, I could be wrong, but it's more. It seems like it's more of I'm a supporter of the man that I win, or the Prince Charming, like you said, the fucking movies and shit. And I always hate to blame the media because I think it's a cop out. When the media portrays this and this is American Beauty and blah blah blah. I'm like, you still your own person, but it's very true. Shit is influential, especially when you're young. Mm-hmm. Shit is influential to you, and as a parent, you gotta monitor what your kids watch. You gotta monitor what your kids ingest. Whether you're getting them shit or they're getting the shit from TV, they're gonna get something, and hopefully they get the right message. And like you said, I think for our future generations, we gotta be better fathers to our daughters.
That's where I say a lot of America drops the ball, or people as a whole drops the ball, because everybody takes the daddy wasn't there syndrome differently. Women take it as, daddy didn't love me, he didn't want to stay around. And then when they do get a guy to love them, it's different for each guy, because you set a ladder situations like, that guy did this, I want this guy to do that. So it's like, this guy opened the door for me, so my next boyfriend has to open the door. Or this guy bought me, a nice car, or he has a car, my next boyfriend has to have a car. So the daddy wasn't there syndrome is different for guys and girls. Guys take it as, most guys I would say take it as, I want to be what my daddy wasn't. And then most girls take it as, I need to replace my daddy. because he wasn't there. So a lot of girls look at themselves in a sense as
I just thought of something. I'm sorry. Like, you know how, like, you know, when you're in a relationship or even like, yeah, relationships or fucking, me personally, don't ever call me daddy. Bitch, I'm not your daddy. Like, I don't care if we fucking or not. Don't call me daddy. I'm not your father. I think, to me, that's disgusting. I'm not your father. Like, don't ever call me daddy. You can call me baby or my name. Don't fucking call me daddy. It's weird.
You went
some
there.
dudes harp on
In the
that.
box.
Yeah.
In parentheses, Derry went there.
I'm sorry.
Don't call him daddy, girls.
I agree with that.
What about
I don't want to
Poppy?
be called.
Poppy.
Poppy is a little different if she's Spanish.
What?
If she's Spanish only.
It's the same thing.
No, but at least
Translation,
it's in a different
daddy.
language, so I'll give her a pass.
Whatever. I mean, but everybody is like, the whole daddy wasn't there thing is different.
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at your body image or when you look at your self-image, you try to either not be like your daddy as guys and say, I'm going to do this for my family, I'm going to do this for my mom, I'm going to do this for my girlfriend, my wife, whatever the case may be. And then girls look at it as, I either don't want someone like my dad who wasn't there, who, you know, or either fills that void. Mm-hmm. And then that's where a lot of people, you know, don't know where to turn because you can't rely on somebody else to be your daddy. It's never going to be somebody who can be your dad. You can either try to fix the situation with your father or you can let go and let God. That's what I say.
I think that's a good way to end that topic. Our next topic we're going to be talking about, it's a recent story. Girl Scout cookie season is in effect. Hope you guys got yours. I got 2 boxes of Samoas. Those are the only ones I eat. Fuck the rest. I used to like them mints, but no more. But recent story out of LA, this Girl Scout cookie girl, or what would you call her? A Girl Scout.
A Girl Scout.
A Girl Scout set up her cookie station
Cookie pusher.
outside of a marijuana distribution center in LA. They have medical marijuana where they have different, you know, they call them distribution centers. They sell marijuana out there. She set up her little shop, you know, her stand where all her cookies right outside of the marijuana distribution center. The reason why we're talking about it is because she sold out in 2 hours, like Starbucks. So we're gonna talk about that. Do you guys enjoy weed, or not enjoy weed? I'm sorry. How you was that a smart thing, or was it, or were her parents in the wrong for putting their daughter in this type of environment?
I think her parents were genius. I think she came up with the idea for going over there, and that was just extremely smart on her part to want to do that because she knows that's where people are going to be hungriest. So you can make more money doing it that way than just trying to sell them at her school or church or somewhere. Right. So she went to where the people are going to be hungry.
Yeah,
I definitely agree with that one. I mean, statistics show that when you smoke, you get the munchies. You want to you want to eat cheeseburgers. You want to eat. You want to eat cookies. You want to eat pies.
Yeah.
You want to eat anything inside.
Well, weed makes food taste good.
Exactly.
Yes.
So it's like an endorphin. It's like in you, like, oh my God, everything is amazing. So she was freaking amazing. Like, for her to come up with this thought process to be like, okay, I'm going to set up shop and be a cookie pusher and sell all these cookies to everybody who's about to go home and, smoke, get their bong, get their, toke on. She was amazing. She was the best freaking Girl Scout I've ever heard of in my life. Like, I would buy cookies from her, even if she's not outside of the weed shop. If I saw her down the street and be like, oh, I saw you off TV. I buy cookies from her. She's amazing. She was a genius. She thought of some real shit.
Mike,
good fucking idea. Go.
That's all you gotta say about it.
That's all you gotta say.
That's all I got.
Well, okay, I'll leave that. I think that leads us into marijuana discussion of, do you guys think marijuana should be illegal? We've seen Colorado and Washington this year make weed practically legal. It is legal, not practically. It's legal. You got California where the story took place where it's medical marijuana is available.
Right.
I heard that in Georgia we're going to have on the ballot a medical marijuana bill So something similar to California.
Right.
Not decriminalizing it, but having medical marijuana. Me personally, I don't smoke marijuana. I used to heavily in college. You know, that's a good excuse for anything. I personally feel like marijuana should be just treated just like alcohol. This is alcohol right here. It's legal. I'm 29 years old. We're all of age. We can drink alcohol. Prohibition has ended. Shouts out to Boardwalk Empire, one of my favorite shows. Last season coming up. But I think in 20 years from now, when weed has been, or marijuana has been made legal, we're all gonna look back on like, why was this such a fucking big deal? Or our grandkids will be like, they gonna look at it like beer and like, why was this illegal? Yeah, you should be a certain age to do this shit.
Right.
I'm not saying 12-year-olds should be out there smoking weed, which they are some out there, you know. And the proponents are like, oh, if you make it legal, kids are gonna get to it. Well, yeah, that's something that's gonna happen. You know, the laws
Kids
always
are getting
That's
to
with
it now.
everything.
That's
Tobacco,
with fucking everything.
alcohol, everything.
Kids
You know?
are getting to it now. It don't matter.
Yeah.
Cotton,
Everything.
everything.
So it's like that. Don't let that stop us from
Right.
missing out on this money, like Colorado and Washington seeing. They seeing money off this tax revenue. Taxes shit. You know how much these fucking cigarettes cost that I smoke? Like $6 fucking because they tax the shit out of it. Because yeah, it's a bad thing. So tax weed, make it legal. We're missing out on money and on revenue.
Right.
Treat it
I mean,
as alcohol.
Would you rather make money or lose money? Because as taxpayers, you're paying the government to house people who
Criminals.
sell
Yeah.
marijuana or people who smoke marijuana. I mean, if we can make money off those people, why not?
Why not?
That's stupid. I mean, it's a plant. It is a plant
It is.
that you just so happen to burn, like Cat Williams said, and it makes you high. That's it. That's it. Cat Williams, shout out to you. But, I mean, if you smoke it and you get high, that's up to you. You just set it on fire. Oh, well. But you don't have to do anything chemically to it. You've never heard anybody OD on weed. Ever. Ever. You never heard anybody die. Ever.
Not like
off weed.
Not like all the prescription drugs.
Exactly. You hear all
illegal.
about these, you know,
Sad.
actors, actresses, singers, and songwriters,
And rappers
on
on lean.
lean. People who all die off things that are supposed to be prescribed to them.
Yeah.
However, if you go to your weed man or your weed woman and you say, "Give me a 3.5," and you go home and smoke all that shit by yourself, you're not gonna find them at home dead on the floor. No, you just probably find them in the middle of the floor with some Girl Scout cookies.
That's a good way to bring it full circle.
Come on now, that's it. They're gonna be fucking them cookies.
That's good
up.
kind of timing right there. You brought it full circle.
Like nobody does that, so why not make it legal?
Now, like Dave Chappelle said, I think he said it on Half Baked, like, I don't do drugs, just weed. Like personally, I don't smoke weed. I've done it like maybe like a little under 10 times or something like that, and I fucking hate the shit. Like really, like, but so like as far as weed versus cigarettes, to get where you want to be on weed, you have to smoke a lot less than with cigarettes. You can smoke that shit all day, and that's why cigarettes are a hell of a lot more dangerous because the shit, people just smoke the shit all day. And just to maintain the buzz, they fucking, keep it going. So they get their lung cancer and shit. So that's more dangerous than weed is because of that. So
cigarettes are legal though.
Yeah, the cigarettes are
exactly.
legal. But at the same time,
But they have all these commercials of
I used to be a smoker.
I quit too early.
Right.
Which could be me if I don't quit. My plan is to quit at 30, which is in 6 months. I'll be 30 years old. My plan is to quit cigarettes at 30. It'll be a decade of smoking. I started when I was 20 years old, working at a gas station. Never smoked cigarettes before. I was smoking weed at the time. And the only reason I started smoking cigarettes, I didn't think it was a cool thing to do. None of my friends influenced me to do it. I worked at a gas station, and everybody kept buying fucking cigarettes. I was like, there's got to be a reason. All these people buying these fucking cigarettes. And as a black man, I didn't even start smoking Newports first. I started smoking Marlboro Lights. It was white and gold packaging because that's what everybody bought from me at my gas station. I was like, it's got to be something to everybody buying these cigarettes. So I bought a pack. 10 years later, still smoking. Now I'm on menthol, the black man cigarette. Newport.
The Newport shorts,
hit it
box.
four times, good to go. But yeah, cigarettes are a motherfucking killer. Just like a lot of things are killers. But I'm not. This is not a bash on cigarettes. You know, everything is everything in moderation. I'll say that. Because I won't go too far in my drug use right now.
But yeah, when it comes to like, you know, driving after smoking, it's probably, I've never smoked cigarettes. I don't think. Yeah, I've never smoked cigarettes. But driving after smoking cigarettes, I can imagine, since it's a stimulant and shit, it probably doesn't fuck you up if you're driving.
Not at all.
But weed, I'm sure.
Helps, actually.
Yeah, weed, I'm sure it does. But at the
Yeah.
same time, there's like a state-dependent learning process to where if you
I've
smoke enough
heard.
weed, if you smoke weed often enough, you can probably smoke it well.
I mean,
and,
but
Yeah.
smoking weed, I would say, makes you more conscious, or you know, more aware. People have like stopped at. I've been in a car with somebody and they've stopped at a stop sign and waited for it to turn green.
Okay.
So I mean,
Is that more conscious? That's not aware at all, really. That's tripping. Yeah.
you're tripping, but you're like, okay,
I need to stop.
I need to stop.
But
You're
you
not
don't
going to
know-
hit anybody.
Yeah.
You're not going to proceed and like, oh no, I'm not going to stop at this stop sign. You're going to be like step by step.
Like-
this is what I'm supposed to do.
Like Mike was saying, it's dependent on the person.
It is dependent.
Because I've driven under the influence of alcohol before. I'll admit it. I don't do it anymore, you know. But I'm a great drunk driver. I tried to drive off weed recently, years ago. Impossible. I'm so glad I made it home because I didn't know what the fuck was. Because I'm not a weed smoker, you know. So when I got high off marijuana, I was scared to fucking drive. I was so glad I made it home. But on 2 beers, I can drive the fucking Indy 500. You know, it's all dependent on the person.
Right.
You said alcohol before, you meant weed, apparently.
If I did, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I was
Sorry.
saying,
You
you
feel
said
like-
you don't do it anymore. What? Like bullshit.
Weed used to make me feel like the car was going real fast. Like I'd be doing about 35 and feel like I'm going like 80 or 100 miles an hour in the car.
hmm
So I know it definitely affects driving. But for cigarettes, like I know for about 30 seconds on your first one of the day, you'd be really messed up on it, feeling that cigarette. For me, it used to mess with my vision a little bit and make me feel kind of body high. But it only lasts for about 30 seconds to a minute. Then you'd be smoking the rest of the day trying to get that first buzz again. But I think that weed should be legal for number one, the amount of money they can make. And number two, they need to stop locking people up for it. It's
Right.
it's stupid for
Right.
me. Because that costs a lot of money. And then,
Yeah.
like, I just filed my taxes. And I almost ended up having to owe taxes this year for my return or whatever, instead of getting a refund. But so that's just way too much money getting paid to the government
Yeah.
just to
I mean,
house
it's just
people.
like DUI. You can drive under the influence of beer or alcohol or weed. I mean, you can be charged for it, but don't charge everybody for it. Like, I mean, don't charge tax-paying citizens.
Don't make it. You're saying decriminalize.
Right,
marijuana.
decriminalize it,
Yeah.
but don't make it to where everybody can get. If you got, you know, I don't know, 2 grams, I don't know, in your car, and you go to jail for it, and then we have to house you,
Yeah.
and
we're paying
jail.
for
We're
that.
paying for you to sit in there
Because we think it's bad, or
Because-
not
right.
we, but I'm saying because our society, our culture thinks
Right.
this plant is bad and it makes you do
Exactly.
crazy shit. Like, it's not true.
They
Like,
should just get a DUI. They themselves, you know, should have to pay
yeah,
for
they should deal with it.
DUI,
Not us.
right? Not everybody.
Yeah.
You're making everybody suffer for what their poor choices are.
Yeah.
So I mean, just make it legal.
But
Like I said, 20 years from now, we're gonna look
It's
back
gonna
on
be legal.
marijuana and be like, oh, this shit was illegal for so long for no reason.
But like overall, like selling weed might be like the 3rd highest paying job for African Americans. like there's a lot of folks out there like, hey, yo, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Keep that shit illegal so we can get paid.
That's
you got,
true.
You got,
That's
your, you got
very
your
true.
athlete, your rapper, and your drug dealer.
That's producers.
So yeah, so
Producer.
if you're at the fucking bottom of the barrel, like, man, I didn't get my fucking degree, I don't have any money to go to college. Fucking this guy's over here telling me I can sell some weed.
But I mean,
I can get
not
that come
necessarily
up.
because I know a few guys that are selling weed to pay their way through college.
Bravo, right?
I mean, why not?
That's commendable.
That's a
the-
good idea.
It's like the
Yeah.
male version of a stripper.
Right, exactly. It's like I'm
stripping
tricking
paper.
off, but hey, I'm doing it for a good cause.
Hope they don't get caught.
And that's the best. That's the best place to sell weed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Go to Harvard, go to Princeton, and see how many weed heads you find. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, like I said, in the near future, we're gonna look back on like, weed, whatever.
Right.
Treat it like alcohol. That's all I say. Treat it like alcohol, because alcohol is even worse for you than marijuana.
Mm-hmm.
Kill your liver,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm currently doing. But I think we're gonna end it there, guys. I enjoyed this show. I'm glad we had a guest. Our first guest, Brittany Searcy.
Hi. Bye.
She did well. Garland. That's Garland.
I was supposed to say something?
I don't know. Mike.
Yo.
And I'm Derry signing off. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.